I'm gonna attempt to get the carpets as clean as possible in my car. I've been going through it with this thing basically since the day I bought it. Everyone had a lot to say on my video last week, and it reminded me that sometimes I think I forget to give details. But keep in mind that I don't owe anybody an explanation, because I could give all the details in the world and somebody will still have something to say. I don't mind hateful comments. Actually, most of the time I look forward to them. But there was a handful of people who took it just a little bit too far when they started sending me threats. You can exhaust yourself telling me I'm disgusting all you want, but if you're gonna cross that line and start sending me threats, you will be blocked. As an extremely non-confrontational people pleaser, that statement was difficult to make. But now that that's out of the way, I'd love to tell you about how I abandoned my car for 3/4 of the winter. Also noting that just because I wasn't using it as often doesn't make any of this mess okay. I'm not trying to normalize it. Sometimes shit just happens. When I got this car, it came with an oil leak and I couldn't afford to deal with it, so that's why I have oil spilled in the front seat. I keep a jug in my car so I can add to it when I need it. At some point it leaked. I soaked up as much as I could, but obviously it stained and soaked in. Also, when I got this, the AC didn't work, but I didn't care that much. As long as the heat was working, I really didn't care. I was gonna be fine. And it did work. Right up until it got cold out, of course. So to answer some burning questions, no, my children were not riding around with mold in here, because nobody was riding around in here at all. Well, except me anyway. I don't drive my kids to school, they get there a different way. Most of the mess that was in here is from late fall, early winter, and I think the mold situation happened somewhat recently. Again, not that it makes this situation okay at all, but if you live in a state that's cold, then you know that your car is essentially a freezer in the winter, meaning anything that got left in here over the winter would have been frozen. So when it finally warmed up outside enough to use my vehicle again, my brakes immediately went out. So just as quickly as I could use it again, I couldn't use it anymore. Should I have cleaned it in that time? Yep. But because I wasn't using it, I forgot it existed. Thankfully, we were able to get the brakes fixed pretty quickly, which is when I came out here and cleaned the car and found the mold. And now that that problem is fixed, my power steering went out as well, so I still can't drive it. I mean, I can, it's just really hard to steer. And none of that makes any of this okay, but the only thing I can do now is fix it.